Good morning and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I'm Razzle11 and you can find me on X at Razzle11grinds. Going to take a look at this pitching for today, the 23rd of July. It is Wednesday. We do have a weird breakdown today. 6-game day slate that actually starts in just over 2 hours. A 4-game afternoon slate, which is 5.5 hours from now. And then a 5-game main slate this evening, which is about 9 hours away. Starting at an odd time as well. So, interesting slate breakdown. No real weather to worry about. It is 90 at Wrigley. Winds blowing out to center. Slight winds blowing out, in Washington, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, New York, LA, Cleveland, Philadelphia, Toronto, Tampa Bay. Nothing too strong. Obviously, Wrigley, the most important one, and the fact that it's going to be 90 in Wrigley obviously stands out a bit. But we can just look at the pitching for what it is at this point. Let's just jump into the early slate here. 6-gamer. Cincinnati, Washington. I think both pitchers are in play. Soroka definitely has K upside. He hasn't looked good the last handful of starts. But when things do come together, he does flash upside. 10 strikeouts against the Dodgers, 9 against Colorado, 7 against Texas, 8 against Baltimore. So the strikeout upside is there. He is volatile, does allow some runs. Hasn't been allowing home runs at home. Definitely something to pay attention to. But still, just allows base runners and seems to struggle with runners on base. With that said, I want to utilize him just because there are strikeouts in the Cincinnati lineup. Opposing him, one of my favorite pitchers just in baseball in general, Nick Lodolo. Tend to fall for the upside that he has. Not a great start against Washington the first time he faced him. Hoping for a little bit of a bounce back. He's been phenomenal when pitching on the road, which is where he's at today. Home run every 12-ish innings, just under 12 innings on the road. Pretty big change considering it's one in every under 5 innings, if I could learn how to speak. Lodolo, somebody that I'm definitely interested in this morning. San Diego, Miami. Can't really get behind Alcantara, hasn't really shown it. Struggled mightily against San Diego the one time he faced them. Could be his last start for the Marlins. Will he be motivated? Maybe. Maybe there's some upside to him. Look at that 10 ERA on the road. Obviously, he's at home here, but holy cow, it's ugly. Just don't think we can go to Alcantara right now. But on the other side, Dylan Cease, definitely somebody you want to utilize. Just a ton of upside. It's been pretty bad on the road, but still, it is Miami. Pretty weak opponent. Coming off of a strong performance. Now, Miami doesn't strike out a whole lot overall. They're kind of underwhelming in that matchup regard, but still, Dylan Cease, just a ton of upside. Somebody that we're definitely going to play. San Francisco, Atlanta, just no thank you on Justin Verlander. If somehow he wins the slate for somebody, so be it. His numbers on the road this season, absolutely atrocious. Strider on the other side, back-to-back really solid starts overall. Definitely in play. Wasn't very good in San Francisco overall, but still, his home numbers, phenomenal. Definitely somebody we're going to utilize. Arguably the highest ceiling on this slate could be Cease, to be honest, but Strider, most likely the highest ceiling option. Detroit, Pittsburgh. No thank you on Pittsburgh pitching. Melton. Making his 3rd stop on the season. So he keeps getting promotions. 101 strikeouts in 75 and a third innings. Big time arm. Should be very interesting to see what he does. I haven't had a chance to look into his recent minor league starts as far as length, etc. But he is taking on a team that we pick on with pitching. So Troy Melton is definitely going to be in the player pool this morning. Angels, Sean Manaea, definitely somebody I'm interested in. I just don't like this pitch count thing. Only went up 4 pitches in his last start. Strikeouts have been super strong. 13 and 7 in the third. But is he only going to throw 75 pitches? That's the worry. There are Ks in the Angels lineup, but there are also home runs, etc. I don't know if I want to get to Manaea just because of the pitch count. So as of right now, I would plan on not utilizing him. But obviously with the way the wind is and the warmth in Wrigley, maybe we have to include Manaea because we're not looking to use Lugo or Ray, I don't believe. Not sure why player cards didn't want to load there, but Colin Ray's been solid. The problem is Kansas City doesn't strike out a whole lot. And obviously the weather is great for hitting in Wrigley. I'm not sure why Seth Lugo's play card doesn't want to load up, but it is what it is. I just don't think we want to use pitching in this game. So, we're using Strider, C, Sladolo, Melton, Soroka. That's 5. If we need a 6th one, maybe Manaea on that slate. Heading to the 4-game afternoon slate, you get Luis Castillo at home, where he's been phenomenal. Problem is he's taking on a Brewer squad that's obviously a difficult opponent. With that said, he has 30-plus fantasy points in 2 out of his last 3 starts, both of those at home. I'm going to just utilize him. Logan Gilbert dominated Milwaukee last night. Castillo, a different kind of pitcher, but still somebody I want to utilize. Glasnow, huge ceiling, but we obviously never know which version we're going to get. With that said, the Minnesota offense is weak enough overall that I certainly want to use him. Been in the mid to upper 80s in pitches in his 2 starts since returning from the IL. I think he's fine. Definitely somebody I'm going to utilize for the upside. Quinn Priester, 35-plus in 2 out of his last 4. I'm shocked. Double-digit strikeouts in both of those performances. Seattle can strike out. They do have some power. He has given up 7 home runs on the road, but still it's across 50 innings, 1 every 7, just over 7 innings. I think Priester's in play, but man, do I not love the idea of having to play Quinn Priester. I'm still not on board with him actually being good. With that said, he did have a track record as a higher-end prospect, so maybe Milwaukee has unlocked some things with Quinn Priester. Brandon Walter, somebody I think I'm going to have to utilize. I don't mind left-handed pitching against Arizona. I was big on Framber Valdez last night. Most of the industry wasn't. Ended up being an alright performance for Framber, just no big strikeouts. But 22-plus fantasy points in 4 out of his last 6 starts for Brandon Walter. I think I'm going to mix him in this group. And we're going to kind of pass on Paddock and then Coors pitching. Jumping to the 5-game main slate this evening now. We get Max Fried returning from his blister issue. A bit of a worry for me, especially because it's against a team that doesn't strike out all that much. And it's a team that he kind of struggled with 3 weeks ago. He's made 2 starts against them, just 5 strikeouts in 12 innings. I just don't know if he has enough upside for us. Problem is, smaller slate, our pitching options are kind of limited. Luzardo I'm definitely going to play, but obviously he's volatile. We know what happens when he showcases a volatile start, negative fantasy points. With that said, I think it is a pretty solid spot for him. It's been really strong when pitching at home, and just 2 home runs allowed in 51 home innings this season. It's a pretty solid spot. Luzardo should be the number 1 guy on this slate. Giolito on the other side, I think I'm going to utilize him, even though it's super volatile. 25-plus fantasy points in 3 out of his last 4 starts, 4 out of his last 6, essentially 22 in 5 of his last 7. So, throwing the ball pretty well overall. Can allow home runs and can have some volatility. It's a dangerous spot against Philadelphia in the home run department, but on the road he's actually been phenomenal so far with Boston. I'm going to utilize him. I will have access to the Philly bats in some lineups as well, though. Chris Bassett, averaging 16 fantasy points per start against the Yankees this season across 2 starts. His last one was his best one, which happened to be at home, where he's at today, where he's been phenomenal. His numbers at home have been ridiculous. A home run every 13 innings. Pretty good number. More than a strikeout per inning. About 1.1 per inning, roughly. I think we use Bassett, but conservatively. I don't really want to go super heavy, but again, it is just a 5-game slate. Slate's Sony, somebody I want to utilize. Baltimore is a dangerous lineup against right-handed pitching, but they have struggled just way too much. He hasn't been great at home, which obviously is a worry considering this ballpark generally isn't a big hitter's park by any means. 8 home runs allowed in 28 1/3 home innings. Definitely worrisome. I don't think he was a reverse splits guy, which is not a good thing against Baltimore in general, but still, I think Sassoni is somebody we want to utilize for some upside. I'd rather play him than Max Fried, based purely on matchups. Patrick Corbin, definitely somebody I want to utilize because the A's have plenty of strikeouts to be had. With that said, he's definitely a volatile option. 11.7 in the first meeting. I can't see the other one, but it must have been around 14 in the second meeting with the A's. Allowing a lot of hits, but strikeouts are okay. If it was a larger slate, I don't think I would use Corbin, but since it's a 5-gamer, we're going to probably include him in our pool. Taj Bradley at 7K. Definitely somebody we're going to utilize. Numbers at home, not very good overall, at least in comparison. With that said, it is the White Sox. It is a weaker offense. Their offense has heated up a little bit, but still. Coming off of a strong home start as well. So I am interested in Taj Bradley. And I think he's going to be super chalky at that price, to be honest. If he's somebody that we get to see around 40% on DraftKings, 35 to 40%, probably going to have to be underweight just based on his volatility. But if he's somebody that ends up around 20 to 25%, I think I can live with getting to 30, 35% and overplaying the field. Eflin making his return from the IL. Looked atrocious in multiple starts leading up to the IL stint. Gonna want to read more. 2 rehab starts, 68 pitches in the last one. Might have to pass on him just because I'm not sure how many pitches we're going to get out of him. Cleveland's not the toughest of matchups, but I think right now I'll probably pass. I'm going to have to dig in more as the day goes on. JP Sears bringing up Taj Bradley. There we go. JP Sears, a couple of very solid performances against Texas. He is at his best when he's away from home. Strikeout numbers take a hit, but still. Somebody I think I'm going to sprinkle in on this particular slate. Jonathan Cannon, not somebody I want to utilize, I don't think. He is somebody in the past that we have used, but just not really interested in taking him against Tampa Bay in that ballpark. Now, with that said, that is everything. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on the notification bell on. Get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us and get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc., I'll put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ. It's R-A-Z for 10% off monthly. And again, we do have our merch store open. If I can get this to load up. I will put links in the description below for the merch store as well. Check out some of the offerings that we do have. I know Tattoo has worked pretty hard on getting some things in the store. My sweatshirt as well. Just don't order the white, please. Orange is pretty aggressive. I know people have ordered the green and like it. I went with the gray, but check it out. Links will be in the description below. And as always, best of luck, everybody.